Hello everyone, today I am here to perform an activity based upon statics. The aim of the activity is to find graphically the median of the data obtained from real life situation. So let's start the game. Today I will explain you statics with the help of a match which was played on 2nd April 2011. India versus Sri Lanka World Cup final. So we will study mean, median, mode, range with this cricket match. India won this match with 6 wickets. Let's start with the toss. And Sri Lanka starts batting. And Sri Lanka starts batting and they scores 274 with 6 wickets gone in 50 overs. And India starts batting and lost only 4 wickets and got 277 runs in just 48.2 overs and won the match by the 6 wickets. So let's study mean. What is mean? The arithmetic mean or average of a set of numbers of expected values. The mean is calculated by adding up all the values and then divided that sum by the number of values. Understanding the definition of the mean, let's focus on the Indian batting line. Virender Sehwag scored 0 runs. Sachin Tendulkar scored 18 runs. Gautam Gambhir scored marvelous 97 runs. Virat Kohli scored 35 runs. MS Dhoni scored 91 and also hits the winning shot. And Yuvraj also scores 21. Just take the mean of their scores. We have to plus all these scores of Virender Sehwag 0. It's Sachin Tendulkar 18 plus 97 scores of Gambhir. Virat Kohli score 35 plus 91 scores of Mahendra Dhoni plus 21 score of Yuvraj Singh. And we have to divide all these values by 6 because only 6 players played. And we divide all these scores with 6 and we get 262 by 6. The average is 43.6, or you can say an average player score 43.67 scores. So I hope this mean is clear to you. Now let's discuss median. The median is the middle value in a set of values when they are arranged in ascending order or descending order. For this, we are taking the batting lineup of Sri Lankan team. Upal Tharanga scores 2 runs. Tilak Dilshad scored 33 runs. Kumar Sangakkara scores 48 runs. Mahela Jayawardene scored 103 and so on. So now we are going to arrange their score in ascending order. So the least score is 1 and then 2, then 21, then 22, after that 32, 33, 48 and at last 103, a century from Mahela Jayawardene. And once you check the values, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are total 8 values. So the middle term we can't find. For that we have to choose the middle 2 values. And when we add both of them and divide it by 2, we will get 27. So the median is 27. It means the median of the Sri Lankan batting lineup is 27. Now let's discuss mode. The mode of a set of the values that occur most frequently. For understanding the mode, let's take the bowling lineup of Indian team. Zaheer Khan bowled 10 overs, Shreyas bowled 8 overs, Munaf Patel bowled 9 overs, Harbhajan Singh 10 overs, Yuvraj 10 overs, Sachin Tendulkar 2 overs, Virat Kohli 1 over. And you can see that most out of these data, the 10 came 3 times. So this is the mode. It means the mode of the Indian bowling lineup is 10 because the 10 came 3 times. So that's represent the definition also, which occur most frequently. So now let's discuss range. The range of a set of number is the maximum distance between any two values. So now let's discuss the range with the help of the Sri Lankan bowling lineup. Latish Malinga gave 42 runs, Nuwar gave 64 runs, Perera gave 55 runs, Suraj gave 43 runs, Tilak Ratne Dilshan gave 27 runs, Muralidharan gave 39 runs. So when we see this data 42, 64, 55, 43, 27, 39. So we can see the maximum number is 64 and the minimum number is 27. And when we subtract both of them, the run gave by the Nuwar 64 and the run gave by the Dilshan 27. When we subtract both of them, we will get 37. So the range of the Sri Lankan bowling lineup is 37. I hope mean, median, mode, range is now clear to you with the help of this cricket example. Material required to do this activity is ruler, pencil, eraser, sketch pen. So let's start the activity. Collect the marks of the students of a particular class in a mathematics annual exam of 50 marks. So you can see this is the table of 50 marks mathematics. So you can see this table. Let the number of the student in a class is 40 and their marks out of 50 in mathematical annual exams are as shown in this table. Now we are going to make a frequency distribution table of class width 5, which is shown in this table. The class interval from 0 to 5. How many students are there? Let's count. There is only one student. Now in between 5 to 10, let's count the student from this table. There are 3 students. For 10 to 15 marks, how many students are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 students. And in this manner, we will make this table till 50 marks. The last class interval is 45 to 50 and in this range, 4 students falls. So this is our frequency distribution table. Now make a cumulative frequency distribution table of less than type as shown here. Marks less than 5. The number of students who score less than 5 marks, how many students are there? If we check in this table, there is only one student. The student who score less than 10 marks, there is 1 in the previous one and we add 3. So the total number of students who will score less than 10 marks is 4. So the students who will score less than 15 marks, there are 1 plus 3 plus 4, that is equal to 8. And in this manner, we complete this table till 50. And in the last reading, we will get 40 students. Now we are going to make the graph of this table. Now you can see that normally we use the graph of 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter square, but for the more clarity over this, we have make a graph by 2.5 centimeter by 2.5 centimeter. Now let's make the abscissa and ordinate, or you can say that x-axis and y-axis in the graph, and choose the suitable scale. Now I make the graph. On my x-axis there are marks, and on my y-axis there is a cumulative frequency, and I have chosen the scale on the both axes. 10 smallest division is equal to 5 units. So now let's draw the graph with the help of this table. Now let's plot the values. On the x-axis it's 5, and on the y-axis it's 1. One small division is of 0.5. For the 1 we have to take 2 divisions. So this is our 5, 1. 10, 4. So on the x-axis we need 10, and on the y-axis we need 4. 10, 4. And for the first value 5, 1. And third value 15, 8. 5, 10. It's in between 5 and 10, and this is the value 15, 8. And for the 20, the value is 14. 15. It's between 10 and 15, and this is the value. The value is 20, 14. Next value is 25 and 18. 25 and 18. 25 on the x-axis and 18 on the y-axis. It's in between 15 and 20. 25, 18. For the next value 30. 30 and 23. 23 is on the y-axis and 30 is on the x-axis. So this is the value 30, 23. The next value 35. 35 and 29. It's in between 25 and 30. On the y-axis we have to plot 29. On the x-axis we have to plot 35. 35, 29. 35, 29. For the next value 40 and 32. On the x-axis 40, and on the y-axis it's 32. 32 is in between 30 and 35. 40, 32. And second last value is for the 45. For 45 and 36. 45 on the x-axis and 36 on the y-axis. That's cumulative frequency, and on the x-axis it's marks. And for the last 50 value, the x on the x-axis it's 50, and on the y-axis it's 40. So 50, 40. Now join the points with the line segment by a freehand smooth curve to get the cumulative frequency polygon. Now let's join the point. Now we have to join the next 2 points. Next 2 points. and in this manner we will going to join all the points and finally we get our cumulative frequency polygon. Now I am going to find out the median from this graph. For this we have to calculate n by 2. N is the total number of observation, and according to our question the total number of observation is 40, and if you divide it by 2 you will get 20. So locate the point 20 on the y-axis. Here is the point 20. Take the help of the scale and locate the point corresponding to the y-axis and let it be P, and join it with the graph. Now from P I'll draw a parallel line to the x-axis that cuts the curve at Q. And this is our point P, and we have drawn the line which is parallel to the x-axis. Now we are going to draw a line parallel to the y-axis that meet the x-axis at point M. Now I am going to draw a line parallel to the y-axis and meet the x-axis at point M. And the M point lies in between 25 and 30, and when we check the exact value where the M exists, it is 27. So it is 27. The point M is 27. So with the help of this graph we can able to find median, which is 27. Now we are going to verify our median, that is 27, which we obtained from our graph with the help of this table. The formula median is L plus n by 2 minus F, it's in a bracket, by small f into H. In this formula, L is the lower limit of the median class, F is the frequency of the median class, H is the width of the median class, capital F is the cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class, and at last capital N is the total number of observation. So now let's calculate the values for the median, where n is equal to 40 and we have to calculate n by 2, that is equal to 20. The cumulative frequency just greater than n by 2, that is 20, is, we can check here, that is 23. So corresponding class is 25 and 30. So you can write here corresponding corresponding class is 25 to 30, or here L is equal to 25, capital F is equal to 5, small f is equal to 5, h is equal to 5. After substituting the values, finally we get our median, that is equal to 27, which is similar to our median which we obtained from this graph. So we can say that our median is verified by the calculation also. The result of our activity is median of the given graph is 27. I hope this activity is clear to you. With the help of the match, we understood the basic concepts of statics, that is mean, median, mode, range, and with the help of the graph, we understood the median, and with the help of the calculation, by using the formula, we calculate median, and we won the match on that day, and we won the concept of median today. Thank you and have a nice day.